very, very excited to get on that plane and head across that big blue ocean, that little island in the middle of that vast wetness.
Jacob the Carpetbagger eating his way across America.
How are you going to make it financially now that you don't have Christy's hard-earned income supporting all your dreams?
I am diabetic.
The walking diabetic stuff is terrible. It's a menace to society. Like, what does that even mean? Like, making fun of me for having diabetes?
Jen, you want to get some Legos to put together on the plane? That'd be a good way to take up what camera?
The Lego camera.
Oh, it doesn't take pictures though. It's just Lego.
I love that Jacob's making it a point to show Jen on camera to prove to his audience that he isn't taking advantage of her. You know, that she hasn't been enslaved into the role of being his housekeeper. But we all know what we saw. She gets into an 8-car pileup, and Jacob's more preoccupied with his road trip. Filming old McDonald's signs, playing on playgrounds, getting hammered in Key West and bitching about trolls. I've kind of beat that horse to death already. I mean, I don't mind milking it for a few more videos to squeeze a little bit of ad revenue because, you know, I'm really trying to build up my savings account. But the point I want to make is that it's so bizarre watching their dynamic because Jacob treats her like a little child while he's simultaneously acting like a man-child himself. You know, this is like a 13-year-old watching over their little sister. If you're this old and playing with Legos on a plane trip, you know, I think it's a good thing that Jacob decided on getting that vasectomy. People were making fun of him over that. No, I 100% support Jacob on that decision. I think that's one of the best decisions he could have made for his own life and for the betterment of humanity, right? That you got to give the man props where props is due. That was a heroic move on his part.
Jen wasn't thirsty, so I ended up with 2 Diet Cokes.
Drink some water.
Nothing like watching a man pretend to be diabetic while drinking 2 cups of soda. Okay, this is actually downright insulting to my intelligence. The Bagger fans, or the Baggots, as I like to call them, were whining about how I had the gall to say he was grifting off diabetes. It genuinely baffles me how people can watch these vlogs, witness this man's fucking eating habits, and be this stupid. Meanwhile, Jacob writes it away as his diabetes being cured by a diet of almonds and fucking Ozempic. Maybe one of these days I'll have to find a doctor I can interview, but I'm pretty sure diabetes doesn't just come and go like that.
Do you want to go to Hawaii and then Alaska immediately after? We'll fly from Hawaii to Alaska. I just saw the plane.
Maybe.
Here we have Jacob practicing his over-the-top horrified faces for his next dark ride. I figure there's a logical reason behind this. He probably watched the Chris the Girl vlog and she gaslit him into thinking Halloween's right around the corner. So he's got to rehearse for it.
Yeah, layovers are kind of a weird thing. You're visiting a city. It's such a temporary manner. It's such an ethereal manner. It's like, did I really visit San Diego today? Or did I just get off a plane and get on another plane without leaving a building? That's probably a more accurate description. I think me and Jen had discussed before, like, can you count that you have been to a state if you have done a layover there? Because I did layovers, I think, in states before I actually visited them. But I don't know. I don't consider that visiting a state. I consider that visiting an airport. I think airports kind of exist in their own international. When you're in an international airport, it's like kind of like international waters. You're not really in San Diego per se. You're in the San Diego airport. I think airports kind of exist almost in a like parallel dimension, much like the Upside Down from Stranger Things.
Wow. This is insightful, groundbreaking commentary from Jacob. It turns out being at an airport is not the same as exploring a state. You know, being in the military and flying to different airports myself, I never would have guessed something like that. I'm really glad we have this YouTuber to break that down for us. And apparently airports are also a part of an alternate dimension, which is what I feel like every time I read the comments of fucking Jacob's videos. I'm like, how are these people getting this from this content? Like, are we living in the same reality? People actually enjoy this? I don't know. Maybe his channel is like a wormhole into this alternate reality where humans just no longer have, like, control of their brain faculties. And parasites have, like, infested our brains to make us be really dumbed down in the type of content we consume.
Oh yeah, we have to go back through TSA. I've never had this happen on a layover before.
I had to fill out a special form for Hawaii, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, there may
Like
be
an agriculture
there might be
form.
special rules. Yeah. Jen filled out the agriculture forms. There may be special
I
rules.
know the answer.
What's that?
The answer is this is an airport, and it was just made with 2 different pods.
So this
no
is
connector.
So this is not unusual.
No, it has nothing to do with you going to Hawaii.
Okay.
How dare you? How dare you? Using a word like retarded. Gotta scrub that nasty word off my tongue. Retarded. In front of this neurodivergent inspiration. Jacob is the voice of autism. He is the face of Autism Speaks. And you're gonna use a degrading slur like that in front of this hero? Disgusting. Lady, you should be disappointed in yourself. And Jacob, you should also be disappointed in yourself. Because she has far more charisma than you do, and you do this for a living. I'd rather listen to her speak.
Yeah, we didn't know we were gonna have to go through the TSA again, so we have to chug our beverages. Yeah, let me chug some of that.
I sucked another dick last night. Not saying that's wrong or right. First few that I blew, I could blame on the booze. But now it's just something I do.
This may be the worst airport I've ever been to. The idea of having two TSAs in 2 different sections of the airport. There was someone who had ahead of us that had to go through TSA to pick up their elderly parent and then go back and go through TSA again to take them to a separate gate. So the airport's like divided down the middle with 2 TSAs. So if you have a layover, you come from this one, you have to literally have to go through TSA on your layover, which I have never had to do before.
Here we have this failed vlogger, Scum sucking garbage, making jealous, hateful comments towards the airport. I mean, it's disgusting to me how channels like this thrive on negativity. He's stalking the airport, making very deranged remarks at the expense of this commercial business. They just want to make people happy and take them to different airports across the world. Like, I feel like someone needs to call the police. His channel needs to be deplatformed. Jacob needs to be thrown in jail. This guy is a fucking troll, and he needs to get a life.